Hi, welcome back to the wedding show. I'm Shelley with Shelley Armstrong Events. I'd like to welcome our next guest today. We've got Beverly from Frosted Cakery. We are so excited that you're here and to explain all the delicious and beautiful, gorgeous treats that you always provide for brides and grooms all over the Central Valley area. And welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's tell everyone a little bit about your history, because I know that you've been around for quite a while, and you've got quite a fun little history going on and years in the business. And that way kind of people know, because I'm one who I like to know we've got solid businesses to work with. And so Frosted is definitely one of those. So let's tell the viewers a little bit about you and your company.
Okay, well, even though Frosted Cakery's only been alive for 6 years, I grew up in a bakery, and my parents had a bakery called Jimmy's Bakery.
Yes.
And my mom is Jimmy.
Yes.
And I got to learn everything there. I mean, just because I was the kid didn't mean that I just did whatever I wanted. I started with dishes.
Yes. You got to start somewhere, right?
I started with dishes, yeah, and then I went through every aspect of the business and learned everything, and we did everything. So I learned, pies, pastry, just different things, yeast spreads and things. But then that was more than I wanted to take on, and my parents, they needed to retire, and so about a year and a half, 2 years after Jimmy's closed, my daughter and I started Frosted Cakery. And the reason we called ourselves a cakery is that we wanted to keep our focus on cakes. And frosted because anything with frosting on it.
Frosting, right.
So our name was to keep us, focused on what was most important to us and what we really wanted to, give our customer.
Right.
Not just do a lot of weddings, but do where we're involved in every aspect of the wedding cake. We're gonna talk to you. You're gonna sit down with me or Megan, and you're going to learn. We're going to learn everything about you to figure out what your best cake is for you, or dessert table, or whatever it is that you want. So our hands are on it from the very beginning when you come in there. So,
which is really good, because a lot of brides need that hand holding along the way. This is their first time in getting married.
Right.
They want a gorgeous cake, so they want to make sure that they have that communication open with you to get that. And you always deliver, which is good. Well, I remember working with your mom.
Yeah.
And always such a delight, and always
very
wonderful.
Very sweet lady.
Very sweet, very sweet. So tell me a little bit about some of the styles and the trends that you see coming up with wedding cakes.
Well, the trends are as far away from each other as they could get. We have different styles to where it's just a really ornate gold jewels, just as blingy as you can get, and those are a lot of fun. And then there's the naked cakes, where they're minimal and they're beautiful.
Why don't you explain what a naked cake is
and
real quick? Some people might not know exactly what that is.
A naked cake means that it doesn't have any frosting on it, or very little frosting, so you see the actual cake. And then it's decorated usually with fresh flowers and berries. It's just really nice looking, and it's very popular right now.
Wonderful. Well, I know I've seen several that you've done, and they're just gorgeous. So tell me, with what are some of the things with the brides coming in? What are your biggest challenges? What are they wanting, or what are some of the questions that they're asking that you think are important for brides to know?
Well, as far as just the product is, how much do I need? How many? I'm going to have 200 guests. Do I need to have 200 servings? And then we go through some questions like, well, we're going to do the best guesstimation we can, because we don't know exactly how much, but we're going to say, okay, what things are you serving? Are you serving heavy hors d'oeuvres, or just cake? So if it's just cake, you need enough, if not more. If you're having heavy hors d'oeuvres, maybe just a little bit less. But if you're doing a dessert table, you need to have at least 2 pieces per person of the number, because one thing about dessert tables is they really need to look abundant, for them to look good.
Yes.
So there is an aesthetic aesthetically pleasing thing for your wedding, but then also it's really good for your guests.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about some of the other items that you offer for these dessert tables for the brides. Not everyone wants a traditional wedding cake, or they want maybe a smaller wedding cake just to do the traditional cake cutting, and then have the dessert table for guests to enjoy throughout the evening as they want to come up and serve themselves and indulge. So what are some of the options that they have?
Well, again, like what you said, 2 tiers is usually what we do for a dessert table, because they want to save the top tier and then they want to cut into the second tier. And then maybe it's just cupcakes. So it's just like the one that's showing now, it just has a cake and lots of cupcakes. And or they want desserts. And so we do a realm of desserts. Pies are getting really popular, so we do the little pie pockets or mini pies. Of course, cake pops. I just thought that was a fad, and it was just going to come and go, but it is just
It's still
going.
It's still going.
So we do lots of cake pops.
Well, you've done a lot of cake pops for me. I know that.
Yeah, and tartlets, and just cannolis and mini cannolis, and dessert shots, or like the little glass with the like a trifle, with the little spoon. Those are really popular. Okay. And then French macaroons. So we do French macaroons too, and those are really good and can be just anything.
Right. Well, and colorful, and well, I know some of the cupcakes that you do, and Beverly has her shop and can always get just a wonderful, wonderful array of cupcakes. So many fun flavors, and you do it upright, and it's so much fun. I even have my nieces, when they come into town, they're like, "Can we go to that cupcake place?" So it's always fun to go in there and pop in and see what you have. So let's tell everyone how to find you and where you're located. And we'll keep some pictures rolling as well, because look at all this.
There's some cake pops.
I know, I love it, love it.
Jewels on cakes. Well, we are in the Tower District. So we're Frosted Cakery in the Tower District on Washon. So we're just next to Livingstone's and Bank of America. Okay. So you'll see we have a big blue wall and it has our logo on it. So we're right there, and we're open Tuesdays through Saturdays.
Okay.
And we open at 10, but we usually have our door unlocked about 9, so you can sneak in and get some things on your way to work.
Fantastic, fantastic. I know you also have a Facebook page and Instagram.
Yes.
So they, Beverly and her daughter Megan, you guys post pictures all the time of different cakes that they do, and they're always so much fun to look at. So why don't you take a look at those? And for all those of you with a sweet tooth out there, I suggest you go by and stop by Frosted and indulge a little bit, because you'll be very happy that you did. So,
thank you.
Beverly, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And,
I appreciate it.
And again, for our viewers, go see Beverly at Frosted Cakery in the Tower District. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.